away from the wedding?
We are 2 weeks away from the wedding.
Hey, we're what, 2 weeks away from the wedding?
2 weeks.
Like a lot of the little stuff you guys are doing?
Oh my God. Well, it depends on who you talk to. Little stuff would be what Alex would say.
Hammering out all the really little details.
It used to be little stuff for me, but at this point it's stuff that I think is just exploding, so important. We absolutely need it, but I guess technically, yes, little things.
So real quick, so I never got to actually hear about how you and Courtney met. Really asked you guys, which is kind of strange, is that like you guys, I never really heard about how you guys met. I've heard from bits and pieces from Alex though. So what, you guys met what, at Indiana University?
So we met in Bloomington when we were both at IU.
It was our junior year.
Okay.
It was our junior year. I was living with his friend from high school.
It was our junior year there. Courtney was living actually with a friend of mine. They were sorority sisters.
Over.
Do you think you guys hit it off immediately, or was it just like you never thought of him that way?
I never thought of him that way.
And we ended up hitting it off. I mean, she was actually dating someone else at the time. He who shall not be named.
I mean, were you dating anyone when you met him?
I was. We were maybe like 2-3 weeks seeing each other. So, you know, we weren't exclusive, but we were dating.
But we met, I was instantly, in love with this girl. And I'm pretty sure that soon after, about half to most of Bloomington knew that I was in love with her, because I pretty much would let every single person know every time we were anywhere.
You know that he was interested in you?
No, until I did, if that makes any sense. It probably took 2 or 3 times of Alex coming over to hang out with the girls.
Claim responsibility for setting you and Alex up?
At least half of them.
Really?
The girls that I lived with claim to fame.
There's several people who will tell you that they were responsible for us getting together. One of the stories I like to tell is my friend who she was living with, her sorority sister.
Maggie, who I'm still friends with, we just got back from my bachelorette party. She went to high school with him, and he was actually an honorary member of her dance team. So
I didn't like the dance. That's something he mentioned. So that's the main connection is her, because no matter who says what, at the end of the day, you probably, IU sounds like a big enough school that you probably never would have crossed paths, right?
I think so.
This is after months of me sort of pursuing her, trying to flirt, trying to throw down hints, asking friends to put in a good word, that kind of thing. And I was getting absolutely no feedback, nothing to indicate that things were going in the right direction. And I remember sitting down with this friend at one point and saying, what do you think? Should I just give up? And she looked at me deadpan, and she just goes, yeah, probably. And I'm glad I didn't, but I'll never forget that, because we're getting married in 2 weeks, and I was told,
I actually didn't know anything about that story until after we moved in together.
I will say, though, that I did have a lot of friends who were, really supportive of me, and one story I like to tell.
You ended up giving your number to him. He had been trying, I guess, to get your number, and then you told him, specifically, don't abuse this.
And I had just gotten Courtney's phone number. She had given it to me, and she had even given it to me with the warning of, don't abuse this. Those words will stick with me.
Yeah. So he and I, that was probably one of the first nights that we ever truly did have a conversation that was just him and me. It was not us as a group. But he asked for my number, and I did give it to him. And I said, don't abuse it, and he walked out the door, and wouldn't you know it.
Did you have a feeling he was going to abuse it? Did he give off that vibe?
No, because this is after the fact that I learned that Alex has been waiting for this moment. So I thought he would put it on lockdown, never lose it, guard it with his life.
And as soon as I left, for some reason I must not have saved it on my phone or something like that, and it was gone. So I'm looking at this. I just got the girl who I'm in love with. I just got her phone number. Made this classic rookie amateur mistake. Didn't save it or lost it somehow. And my friend Nate just puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "Don't worry, man. I got this." So he walks back into the bar where Courtney is with her friends.
Here comes Nate. He comes into the bar, says he lost Alex and needs to use my phone to call him. I didn't even think about it twice. Should I have? Yes, because I didn't have Alex's number in my phone. Who knows if Nate had it memorized? I didn't.
He came back out 5-10 minutes later, and I had looked at my phone, and sure enough, I had gotten a phone call from her number, and he had told her, I guess, that he had lost his phone. He was trying to find me, so he borrowed her phone, called me from it, and classic wingman kind of move. I had the number. So that again was another one of those ways that these guys helped me go forward.
I think it's kind of ironic and like weird that you guys have two like kind of different perspectives on how you guys met.
He was not smooth, and that made me happy. It made me fall in love with him. It made everything interesting. These are so different. We still ended up where we are today, and that's all that matters.
Perfect.